Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to find out if it's possible to make a reasonable looking plane that is purely powered by these pulse miners. And I think this might be a challenge because although I was able to go supersonic with the pulse miners in this method right here, it requires way more than is reasonable to create a normal sized plane. And I don't know if the amount that can fit in like a normal plane will give enough power to actually fly with aerodynamics and everything, because this thing is pretty much aerodynamically perfect as much as it can be without glitching. But if I can pull this off, I think it would be the coolest way to get around, just because this visual here is like one of my favorite visuals in Trailmakers right now. But I'm not sure I can have more than like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe like 5 long will fit in like a large plane. How much do they only weigh 5.8 kilograms, so the weight isn't gonna be too big of an issue. So we do got that going for us, which is nice. So this is gonna be more of like a modern concept for a plane, like pulse thrust plane is kind of like the idea we're going for. So I'm going to use this space fighter cockpit because it has that modern vibe. But the advanced pulse miner is pretty large, and unfortunately, from my testing, the small pulse miner doesn't really give any kickback, any recoil, so I don't think we can really use that. But it would be kind of nice to have like a core of pulse miners. Now, I don't know if I can just have 4 of them. I really feel like this is not going to give enough thrust at all. But here, let me just do a quick experiment by attaching this to just the seat. And I just want to see, does this feel like it has power here? Okay, it does have power. But I think it would be way more interesting if these kind of went in succession, which vastly decreases the individual pulse power, but it does average it out to have a similar amount of overall power output, I think. But is it enough to get us up in the air? So I think each one of these needs to be 1/4 of a second. So let's see, how's that feel? I don't know. I really don't know yet. I've got to make this thing really, really light. Like, that's not a lot. If I have wheels, though, this will probably go better. But that also contributes to aerodynamics. Aerodynamics is going to be a huge issue for this, because I actually am going to be building plane parts and making it really wide, as opposed to just my needle, which has minimal aerodynamics. Here, let's attach some front wheels to this thing. All right, I mean, we're already getting up to like 100 kilometers an hour just off of that, but I don't have any aerodynamics on me, really. I just kind of, I'm a rod. All right, so yeah, we could definitely make some improvements. All right, but I need wings, control surfaces, this and that, and the other tail. The other possibility is I could have these things, right in my face. I could have these things like on the outside like this. This could actually potentially look cool. Because then I could have double in the same length. Let's entertain this for a moment. I really wish there was just one more side of these that we could attach to, because then I could have them like attached together like this and then attach another part of them. But we're gonna have to have them be 2 blocks separated like that. All right, so now I got twice as much, worse aerodynamics, but twice as much power. And I did do it so that they are slightly offset from each other. You know what? Vertical is probably better. No, sideways is aesthetically better. But you can see like it does kind of have that side-to-side effect, which you would expect, but I was hoping it would even out a little bit. But it is gonna look pretty cool. I think when we have our tail and everything and aerodynamics, that side-to-side asymmetrical force is not gonna be as big of a problem. So let's cover those things up with some air intakes. This is gonna be kind of a hard vehicle to make aesthetically pleasing, but I'll try to do what I can do. It's not my expertise. Ah, man, the fact that these don't have any attachment point is going to make this difficult, though. Oh, this thing is gonna be so heavy by the time I'm done with it. I'm not feeling confident in this thing flying. But right now I need a place to put wings because I don't have that right now. All right, now we've got an attachment rail here. The hitbox of that goes like that. So what do we do about that? Do I want to cover these or do I want to have these kind of have like a cool vibe, these panels? I might see if I can keep them open. All right, that looks kind of cool, I think. Cool enough. How are we doing on thrust? Well, I don't even have the wings yet. Okay, trying to get to a tail. How do I get to a tail now? I feel like the tail has to be kind of wide. Like we have to do something about the tail. That's what we're doing right now. Do I have it like down here? Do I have it like up here? Like right here? I feel like the tail is gonna end up... What's it gonna... I kind of wanted these to have a gap here. Like they were the thrusters or something in the middle. Oh, no, these have a wider hitbox. Okay, these don't have a square hitbox. I was thinking for a second I could turn these this way and put them side by side, but that's not gonna help. I think this way is gonna be cooler. I think I could put one more set. That's gonna ruin my timing though. Oh, I'm gonna have to redo every timing, but I think this is gonna be... I don't know. Let me save the tail, actually. Let's do the wings first. How big are the wings gonna end up being to look good? Then we'll worry about the tail. How do I want the wings to look? I feel like that's gonna be pretty cool. I would like come on back like that. But I feel like it should also go at a shallow angle like that. With like a little bit of a gap. There you go, I think that's cool. And then we got like the wingtip thing there. Or I could actually do like this, maybe. This isn't as aerodynamically good because of that though. Nah, I like what I had like this better. Let's just do that. All right, so now let's fill this with lift. So we're gonna have modular wings anywhere that they can fit in here. Let's actually have flap wings here. All right, so I got 3 flap wings of different sizes. Well, 2 different sizes of 3 flap wings right here. So those are gonna be my roll controls. And then I'm sticking just normal modular wings up here. And it looks like I can fit one more right there. Gonna have as much lift as we can. However, this makes it so that stuff is not attached. If I use these flat connectors, I can go ahead and attach that. And then attach that. Add some blocks in here. All right, now, actually, I don't even think I need that anymore. Do I need this anymore? Yes, I do. All right, now we've got a wing with a decent amount of lift on it. Let's copy that to the other side. Make sure our controls are good. These need to be reversed. All right, let's go ahead and check. All right, that is gonna be very, very slow when it comes to our roll, but we might be able to fix that. All right, here we go. Get a feel for how much speed we can get. Okay. Okay. I don't know yet. This is a big plane. I needed to make it big to fit the thrust, the pulse thrusters. This might not be the fastest way to get around, but it could be the coolest way to get around. All right, now with these wings, I will add another set. But now I gotta redo all my mappings to have a division of 10 instead of 8, which is easier. All right, now each one is a 1/10 of a second. Why does that feel not right? That doesn't feel even. Did I accidentally not save some of them? All right, let's look at the settings. 0, 0.1, 0.2. Oh. 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. That was it. There, I had 2.4s. There we go. All right, we have a lot more speed now. This is good. This is good. I think we're gonna need a double tail or a triple tail. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is something cool's gonna happen here. What's it gonna be? Gonna have to wait and find out. I feel like these need to be a little further back. But this is what I'm looking at. SW, elevator fin. I don't know what's gonna happen in the middle here. All right, that looks pretty cool for a tail. I really like how that looks. Is it gonna function? If it doesn't, I might have to resort to some gyro assistance. All right, let's give ourselves a nice nose though. That doesn't look too bad for a plane. I kind of want to repaint it though. I feel like that looks pretty cool for a paint job. I don't even know if this thing's gonna work yet, by the way. I feel like we need more wheels. I think the takeoff is gonna be really important. So having some wheels, these are not gonna be enough. I don't think these are gonna be enough for pitch, but we got some wheels now. All right, let's spawn in and see if we have the coolest form of flight possible. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Oh, look at it. Look at the energy generation. We are pulsing our way to flight. And take off. We're gaining altitude. Uh-oh. We're having a lot of trouble maintaining the altitude though. Okay, this is what happens if I don't do anything, I just nosedive. Come on. We're technically flying. It's definitely not the best flight. It's not bad. It's not like it's smooth. It's smooth. It's slow and it's smooth. It depends on what your goal is. Do you want a nice, smooth, slow ride where we got a really good form of flight here? Don't worry about all the radiation you can visibly see just flowing out of the back of the aircraft. That's not harmful. But you know the true test is, can we bring it in for a landing? My roll is so slow. Those the elevator fins or whatever, the aileron things, they're not even the ailerons, the flap wings. Yeah, the flap wings are very bad for roll. They're just more for like trim and air brakes. But let me see if I can fly across the map and have a smooth landing over here. This is crazy though. I love the way this looks. All right, come on. Come on, you can do it. I feel so heavy. I wonder how much I actually weigh anyway. This is controllability wise though. For this speed, it's really not bad. All right, now I'm just gonna come in for a landing. More thrust. Hey, there we go. I don't have any brakes though, but that worked. We had a successful flight from one side of the map to the other side. It was the slowest flight I think I've ever had from one side of the map to the other side. But look at that. We even stopped in time to not go off the edge. We have 0 damage too. Like, that kind of really, you couldn't have asked for better. We flew across the map. No collisions, no falling out of the sky, and then we landed on the other aircraft carrier with 0 damage. Like, what more could you ask in any plane other than speed and maneuverability? Oh, I did not have enough runway. But it's a boat too. This is actually a transformer. You can see that smooth transformation once we hit the surface to the water, it instantly became a boat. Because turns out pulse miners work underwater too, which is something you can't say for any type of normal thrust in a plane. Like, look at this. We have the nice, smoothest little boat ride, even in the waves. Perfectly fine. This is not an underwater seat, by the way. You will get kicked out of the seat if you go underwater. So as you can see, perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. I'm in my seats. I'm not getting kicked out or anything. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little bit of a bath there. I still maintain the pulse miner, the pulse jet engine in Trailmakers is the coolest way to get around. It's just not the fastest. Not at all. Hold on, I want to try another takeoff. All right, you just need, just like a normal plane, it's realism here. You just need a decent amount of runway. You can't do short takeoff and landing with this thing. This is not a short takeoff and landing. You need to get some speed first, and then you can fly yourself through the air. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh wait, I can make this thing slightly better, I think. Hold on. I didn't look at the aerodynamics on the bottom. Wait. This is not peak form. Look at this. Look at this. This is pathetic. This was slowing me down. This is why I wasn't like a super maneuverable stunt jet. I'm curious what the aerodynamics of this is like when turned like this. Oh, not bad. No, not like that. Like that. Because then I can put that right there. And look at that. It saves all of the aerodynamics perfectly. That's gonna make us so much faster. You just watch this now. Watch this. Oh, look at it. Just look at the thrust visuals. You're not gonna get anything like that from any other plane. Look, it's instantly, I actually feel like we have kind of speed now. I think that actually did help quite a bit. I didn't look at what our max speed was before, but now it's this. Our center of mass compared to our center of lift does feel a little far forward. I do want to nosedive pretty heavily. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this. This is so cool. This does feel like some futuristic way of flying around. Pretty proud of this. This just feels like a survey drone with the speed and maneuverability with which it flies. It just feels like one of those survey drones that just kind of chill as they circle around and scan the area. It's not the most covert. Definitely not the most stealthy of survey drones if this was to serve that purpose. Or maybe it's like, you know, I don't know, a Skywriter, but without the maneuverability needed to write the letters. And look at that, another flawless landing with 0 damage. You know, I really gotta say this was an overwhelming success. First try. I love the way that these things look in here. So there you go. There's the pulse miner only thrust. Didn't even have to use any gyros for like controllability or anything like that. Everything just kind of worked the way that felt natural for it. If you have any other crazy ideas you'd like to see me try out in Trailmakers, let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy some more you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.